Live tonight. How horrified are you that such a large number of British children are being victims of cyberbullying?
Good evening. It's just awful that anyone would do this to a child, pushing them, coercing them, forcing them, taking power and control, and not just getting them to take images of themselves, sexual images, but making them cut themselves right on their naked body. And what's horrifying is that 7 children, 1 in the UK, 6 elsewhere across the globe, have actually taken their life because of this. 7 others have attempted suicide, 6 in the UK. That's what's horrific. And we can do something about it, and we will.
It is terrible, isn't it? We were only talking about the case of Daniel Perry a short time ago. Daniel, of course, a very bubbly teenager who took his own life in Scotland. And his mum said she had no idea that he was facing this torment online. He showed no signs of being distressed. He was a happy-go-lucky kid. So what can parents do?
Well, first of all, talk to your children. This isn't a taboo subject anymore. It's out there. The internet has amplified the opportunities for the offenders and access to children. And even though you use the figure of it's actually 424 globally and 184 in the UK, they actually target many more. There's 2 examples of how they target them. Is they will just scatter out emails to thousands of children and wait for some to reply. And these will be very vulnerable children that are kind of looking for friendship, because these people, the offenders, mainly nearly all adult men in middle age, in their 20s and 30s, they make out they're a 14-year-old girl or
Right.
a 14-year-old boy.
So how does the likes of Daniel and his friends, how do they know that they're talking to another girl of their age or a 25, 30-year-old man who wants money and goodness knows what else from them?
That's exactly it. They don't know. You know, it's kind of don't talk to strangers. Don't talk to strangers online. If someone was to knock on a front door...
But that's not very practical advice, if you don't mind me saying, because that's what children and teenagers want to do. They love these chat forums. They love these websites where they can talk to anyone around the world. That's what the internet's about for them.
Absolutely. It's part of growing up. You know, you're talking in playground and now talking on the internet. But apart from not talking to strangers, is don't share images. Don't be duped into, you know, taking a picture of yourself and sending it off. Once that picture's gone, it's no longer yours. And then what happens, the escalation happens really quickly. They want more imagery, they want more activity, and eventually they start threatening to share that as well. And a lot of it is lies, a lot of it they can't hold up, because every time they press a key, every time they go and click, we can get closer and closer to them. Of the 12 investigations we conducted, within a week, 16 people were arrested.
And you said very adamantly that you will hunt down these perpetrators. How are you going to do that, and what resources have you got to do that? Because I was talking to your boss last week and resources are stretched, aren't they?
Well, actually, as it happens, we're going into the National Crime Agency, where we have 4,500 officers that can react to this kind of issue. But it's not just about CEOP, it's not just about National Crime Agency, it's not just about police. Many people can do things as well. We've all got responsibility here. Apart from parents talking to children having the confidence that they can raise issues, service providers, schools, there's many people who can come to the fight to beat this down.
And for parents who are watching, I know that you're a parent yourself, what should they do to make sure their children are safe online?
Speak to your children. If a man was to knock on your door at 11 o'clock at night and say, can I speak to your 14-year-old? You'll say, why? If they're doing that up in the bedroom, you should be asking the same questions. I appreciate as they're getting older, it's more difficult to sit on their shoulder and ask things, but have the confidence to give the confidence to the children that they can raise issues. And if children feel that they can't speak to their parents, speak to a friend, speak to a teacher, click CEOP.
OK, Andy Baker, we appreciate your advice. Thank you very much for coming on tonight.
Thank you.
Welcome.